desync happened. It sounded a little suspicious, but I spoke to Get Some. There was no disconnect from Discord. He was still in the game. Thank you, Get Some. He was still in the game and dropped. They tried to reconnect. They could not. The rules state if a team disconnects and the restore does not work, the other team receives the win for that game, which is exactly what happened here. So Les Newbirds up 1-0. Stomp is favorites here, but I think the fact that Newbirds just need to steal one game to take the series, it's going to be tough. Okay, you gave me the map. Thank you. I'll get the real map drafts in. Stomp is actually on which side? Let me see. Stomp is on the right. Okay, that's good. I think the maps are backwards. Here is what took place with the draft. And I think Stomp chose Expanse. Yes. We've seen them play super good on Expanse, so I'm not surprised by that pick. Chasm was the opener. Unfortunately, we didn't really get to see it. It just didn't happen. If you could help me out to get some, what were the civs of each team for Chasm, if you remember? If not, it's fine. But I'm kind of curious to what civs are down out the gate. We're going to be going right into the home map of Stomp to start this series. Like, I could show game one, but it's kind of pointless. It's just a desync. Nothing happens. Saracens, Portuguese, Koreans for you. Them, it was Vikings, Mayans, and Slavs. Okay. So going into Expanse, we saw Stomp do heavy unique units in the past. There's also Seize the Mountain. I feel like Cummins may be for Seize the Mountain, so they could be Expanse. But Vietnamese, Italians, that seems strong there. Could throw in the Berbers, but that'd be triple archer. Maybe it is Cummins on Expanse. There's also Hindustanis. I guess let's just get into it and we'll see right now. I'm dropping the replays in. I'm not going to do predictions because the players are here and they know. So we'll just watch and see. We can still do MVP bowls and all that good stuff. But no predictions. All right. There's only after this. Let me go to the brackets real quick. Only 2 games left, I think. This one will have who's facing standby archers. It's going to be Stomp or Les Newbirds. And then it's just old refugees and boomers, Pink Potatoes and Blades Angels. And the winners of those 2 from next weekend will be facing each other in the top 8. But that's it. We got 2 games next weekend. It's going to be short, just 2 games. And then the week after, there will be 4 matches to go to the semis. But let's get into this. On to Expanse we go. Gotta update the stuff. Alrighty, game 1. It is Cummins. Okay, I kind of thought Cummins here, just the civs they had. Berbers did not make sense when you have Vietnamese on one side and Bengalis on the other. So Bengalis from the Get Some, Vietnamese from Kimbo, By the way, Kimbo is a sub they just added, playing in place of Niaz. Could be an upgrade. Could be a downgrade, not knowing the maps. I know Niaz has been playing most of this tournament with them. Or has he played all of it with them? So we'll see if that pays off today. And it's possible Kimbo practiced the maps somewhat or was told what to do, but we'll see. Other side, we got Ben Pot playing the Turks. Maybe he saw Ray's games, but honestly, Ray's games were pretty terrible with Turks on this map. I'm not going to lie. Helical with the Khmer. Not the biggest fan of Khmer here either. I feel like they've been used a lot, maybe because of the farm bonus, but it hasn't really done that well. Yeah, less noobers trying the Ray Turks. Hydor, I hope you guys convince Ray that Turks are terrible here in the future rounds. Just, he needs to know. Because they have not done well. Every time he's played them, I get the idea behind it. They're good on Arena, but I don't know what it is about this map. They're just not. And Rokafly with the Vikings. In the blue. Or the Vikings. What the heck? The Chinese. Definitely not the Vikings. Like Stomp's strength is great teamwork, so maybe changing a player could count as a nerf. That's what I'm saying. Like, this could bite them in the butt. It all depends on... I don't know anything about the Kimbo guy. He's an S tier. Did we even look? Let me glance over. There's nothing going on. He is... Where is he? Yeah, he's a 2K. Now, Solano the Moon, aka Niaz 1950, it's like an 80 elo difference, but clearly both of them high team game, high 1v1, S tier for an S tier. Chinese are a great choice here. We considered them too. Yeah, and they also give everybody's farms a little bit more food. Maybe that's the plan. Extra farms, Khmer farm faster. A little bit of synergy going on. I'd like Slavs here more than Khmer. I mean, Khmer, we haven't seen them get into like elephants. That could be kind of cool. They definitely fall off with their Cavalier. I'm going to fast forward a little bit. Because it's just Farmville right now. Stomp last time, I think they all stayed in their base. Maybe one of them went out. Yeah, their pocket went out last time if I remember. And they just FC'd into castles, and it worked. Now, I don't think the Bengalis will be going to castle. But Kimbo, if he does a similar build to what they did last time, he'll probably FC into a castle. Looks like an FC from Get Some. Meanwhile, HQ. Oh, he's Kumans. Of course he's going up. So going right into his second TC. We'll see where he puts it shortly. And Feudal Play from Helical and Rokafly. I think this is the map that people still haven't figured out how to play well. Lots of different things have worked. In my opinion, though, Stomp has looked by far the best on this map out of all the teams this tournament. At least how they played it last time and like what they countered, and it's not like they had a set strat. It was kind of counter picks. And having Kumans, I think that is very scary. Because not only can you do Kumans here, you can get away with no damage most likely. And where's the TC going? I would have honestly put it here, but okay, he wants it by the gold. Never mind. That's fine. It's not like you can really fit that many more farms over here either way. Whoa. That is a lot of vills building it. I don't think you're supposed to do over 8. Okay, we're going with 10. Is that a thing? Is that a new trend? 10 on the TC, or is this just a misclick with too many vills? I always thought 8 Or even 6. 6 to 8 is the magic number. Unless you're doing like the slow build 2 while making scouts. It is what it is. It's probably not going to change that much having 2 extra bills on it. And the Khmer is going to be Castle H first. He just skipped Feudal, went right up. And up to Castle he goes. Some idle time for him to get some. I don't know if this was a rally mess up. Okay, fixed it. Now, the stone. Obviously, Roka Fly, thinking Castle. Get some, thinking Castle. How does Bin Pot have 210 stone? Am I missing something? Did he just do one random trip on stone on accident? Doesn't make sense that he has 210. Somebody make it make sense. TC going up in the back for Helical. Oh, I need to update the score. It is 1-0 Les Newbirds. I still think FC is the way here. We've seen it sort of punished in some games. I think if you have Saracens, FC can be risky. If you're facing Saracens. Because they can likely get in and do some damage. But, I don't know, maybe FC is the best play on this map. We see the instant castle coming down from Roka. So that means he's just going Chukunu, I assume. I feel like they're not the best unique unit early. Get them masked up, though. Get some upgrades. They are nasty. Super high DPS. We're going to see the immediate free 2 bills for get some when he hits castle. Seems like he's up. Oh, okay. He's up a bit late because he went stone, of course, for the castle. And not only stone for the castle, he's got enough for another TC. Kimbo putting his castle down. A scout got in somehow. He trapped it. He trapped it. Wow. That is a sick play. Turk. Light cav. Going down. That was a sick gate. Get some is checking out. Blue. An immediate TC before castle from get some. I don't hate it. I don't think there's any like big threat that he needs to castle right this moment. The castle could be going down now. There it is. RC joined, and why the F is Stomp losing? Les Newbirds just gig out, played them in game 1. I think Stomp's in big trouble with this series, and they may be eliminated. Just kidding. Admin lost for game 1. So, there was a desync at 9 minutes by Stomp. The restore did not work. And Les Newbirds took game 1. Due to a desync. The Chukunu are out. It's funny because they don't have ballistics, so this scout is just running circles around them. Stomp is so OP they need to self-nerf by admin giving game 1 so the enemy team has a chance. I mean, I didn't look at the seeds. What seed is Stomp? They have definitely died this tournament. They are not OP. But I get what you're saying. And Bin Pot Turk Cav Archers. That's a bit better than Janissaries. I still think there's better civs though. If you're gonna go Cav Archers, why Turks? Yeah, they got their cool light cav or hussars later if you really want. I'm just not a fan of Turks on this map. In our past tournament with Fortress, they were also terrible on Fortress. Like, people kept doing this fast imp with them. They'd even kick their enemy out of his base, and the enemy would have this big boom behind it and just bounce back. Approximate elos, says Specs Odex. So, Kimbo is a 2K. HQ and Get Some don't really play 1v1s. I think they're 15/1600 1v1s, but they're very high team game. 1800. And you know what? We could just look real quick. So that's Newbirds. 1800 if you look at the left in this blue area. 1800, 1700. They're only a 15-point team. And then we got 2K, 15. Get Some says 1327, but we take the highest peak that they hit, and I think he's 1500 something. So his is a little misleading, but for our tier system and how these teams are built, it doesn't matter if people lose a bunch of 1v1s. It does not benefit them for team building. That's the elos. And we're back. And this game was played a little bit ago, the same time as the set that just happened. So it is recordings. You're welcome. And I really like the Rattans here. Yeah, they're not as fast as Cav Archers, but high Pierce. They're coming out of a castle. They make quickly. There's a Mangonel being created by Ben Pot. And, oh, I didn't expect Rathas, of course. So Rathas for the Bengali. I don't know why I was thinking like foot archers and elephant archers, but it's going to be Rathas. How good is that unit? Something I never make, so I really don't know the strength. I've seen it do terrible. I haven't seen it do good. Maybe this is the game it shines. But HQ on the right. This could be very annoying because Helical wants to fight this 2v2 and he's going to get hit by Rathas right now. And the Chukanu can never track those down. No spy cams because it's not live, so we can't listen in. Now HQ also sort of going to the pocket. Do they actually know where he is? Yeah, they know. Get Some was kind of maybe hoping to find a TC or some Vills caught out. Gets a pick. To be fair, even if we could listen in, both spy cams would be French noises. That is true. Rathas, why didn't I think of that? Yeah, I didn't think of it either. Even though he was Bengalis, I didn't expect the Rathas. But seems like they work. And the Rattans hitting Ben Pot. Right now, it's dead even on Vills and military. Very close game. Both teams have played it super similar. They're both hitting each other. These Cav Archers could get some kills. Maybe. No ballistics yet. Does, the Rattans? Nobody has ballistics. Oh, wait, no. Roka has ballistics with his Chukanu, and he did get some kills. Right now, it's 8-3. Kimbo's getting kills. And that's why these are nasty, but there's a Mangonel coming in. Fortunately, these are fast. They're going to get more Vill kills. They just keep dodging the Mangonel. Very well played from Kimbo. The Mangonel needs to attack ground. Okay. Oh my gosh. The disrespect to the Mangonel. The repair comes in. You just can't get a hit on this thing. I want to see an attack ground to the right. Right here. Right here. You'll hit. Nope. That's your knights. Ouch. Mangonel doing more damage. Okay, there's the Mangonel hit. That's the hit they needed. Took a while, but it finally came in. Rathas versus Chukanu. Another castle. I love this castle. It's on the hill. Stone and gold. Makes this base super safe. You have to hit it from the right, and the right doesn't have a lot to hit. Cav archers in the back. From Bin Pot. We also see Rathas continuing to be annoying over here. Here's a jump from HQ. Is he gonna get this round? Oh man, that was a great jump. Youch. Cav archers are pretty much dead. Cleaned them all. Still a Vil lead for less noobards, and a military lead though. There's a ping going on here. I don't know what it's for. Chukanu's moving in. Score is neck and neck. I know it's not live, but Stomp would definitely be feeling the pressure here knowing they can't lose a game, and this is very close. At least for the moment. But Imp is in for the get some. 85 bills. Big fight. Get some's really caught out here. Really caught out right before Imp. Things are kind of tanky though. A lot of them died. We just see the slaughter. Right before Imp. It's a pretty good jump. I don't think... No, there was ballistics. I actually thought more would have died. How tanky are these things? 105 HP. Huh. So we've seen a kind of a wipe. Not a wipe, but a lot of losses from Get Some. We saw the Cav archers cleared earlier of Bin Pot from HQ. Some mistakes from both teams early on. Decent Mangonel shots on the Cav. Obviously, it's not that much damage. But Imp is in for the Get Some. Is anyone else close? Nobody. Except for Rokafly, who just clicked. Here comes the raids. This is Camels versus Knights. Even with the less numbers, Camels do decent. He'll probably have to get out of them eventually when he gets closer to Imp. But right now, they're still good. And Bin Pot's TC getting rated pretty hard. What's the Eco KD right now? 20-0 for Kimbo, who's just constantly hitting the other pocket. If we look at the build difference, it's 130 for HQ, 115 for Helical. Kimbo's a big reason for that. 14 Vils have been killed of Helicals. But Helical actually raiding Get Some in the middle of all this. Get Some, of course, raiding Bin Pot. Castle's going up on the left. The Chinese is almost up, but this is 3 castles to 2. Already has Imp. Trebs will be coming out. I think Rokafly's in trouble. Big raids happening. Kind of caught him up on Vils. It's now 124 to 132. But his military, actually he's got a lot. Helical doing pretty well this game. Some Kimbo chants. Oh, that's Kimbo chanting Kimbo. Kimbo is Kimbo. Oh, what did I say about Killian? Kimbo is not Eisen. Kimbo is Eisen's sub. But HQ getting raided pretty hard. Oh, I called him Get Some. Get Some way ahead on this Treb war. First Treb is coming out. I think Roka's in trouble, even though Les Newbirds has tons of military though. I'm just worried about here because, yeah, these raids are happening. These armies are on the move. Person that could die, though, is Roka. And his res is all forward. A lot of his eco's forward. Restore. Okay, that's probably a joke. Wait. Did this game... What's going on? Did this game have to be restored? And then you guys restored? Oh my gosh. So, our restore's not working? So, Roka crashed. They tried to restore. It once again didn't work. So, kind of a neutralizer on the crashing slash restores. That is so weird. I don't understand. That's never even happened for one game, and it happened for two to each team. So this is a very weird set then. I thought Les Newbirds were in a pretty good spot, not gonna lie. But Stomp also had a free loss. So it does kind of neutralize it. It's just gonna come down to the home map of Les Newbirds, it sounds like. But that's painful. Obviously we can't tell who was gonna win this game. But I liked the position from Les Newbirds minus this push from Stomp. From Get Some. This was a problem, but elsewhere it looked really good. We'll never know. Both teams, I don't get why these restores aren't working. Does anyone know, are restores broken right now? Do they just not work? Makes you wonder. It's too bad. But I guess it's kind of fair at the end of the day. It's the equalizer. This is kind of like the set's a best of one. We're going to see a best of one. Hopefully it's not a crash. Restore not work for the final game because that would be really bad. I have to click a million times to get out of this. Come on. I may need to Alt F4. Oh my gosh. I can't get out of it. Okay, I'm Alt F4ing. Sometimes you can click OK enough and get out. Gotta restart Age. Well, that's too bad. I feel a little cheated on this set, but it is what it is. Both teams getting screwed by the desyncs. What do you think we feel? Yeah, that's what I mean. Both teams have now been screwed out of who knows what would have happened. Obviously, it's still hopefully this final game is not a desync. I need to know if this is a problem with Age of Empires right now. Is there a lot of crashes going on? Is this just a weird coincidence that it happened twice in this set? Where did the replay go? My replays are screwing up. This is weird. I have to re-download the replay. I don't know. It's not in my thing anymore. Okay, 1 second. I'll get the replay. So game 3 to go to the final 8. Happening right now. Chad, I'd like to know, are desyncs a big thing right now with this game? And are restores just permanently broken? Because restores every tournament in the past have always worked. And now we're 2 for 2 in this set with restores not working. It's never happened before. I would like to know if they're broken. It's a slippery slope. I don't like to make rule changes mid-tournament because there could be an admin call if this happens. I'm not going to do it here, obviously. This series happened. But there could be like a call to make the game happen. But that can't be like every time because teams could desync when things are going bad. That's why this rule kind of exists, because if a desync happens and then they were winning the game and you restart it, it's kind of just a pain in the butt when the game is crashing and not working right. Either way you look at it. It's going to be Seize the Mountain. Seize the Mountain being picked constantly now. Ever since we said it hasn't been played, it has been picked again and again and again. But here we go. Game 3 in the house. This series is a best of 1. We'll just look at it like that. Nothing happened game 1, game 2. We got a best of 1 to move on. Yeah, exactly. It can be abusable. Can we talk about villager pathing in game? LOL. Well, both teams actually have a great map for walling to the edge. I like that it's both. Sometimes one can luck out. Can we talk about villager pathing? Yeah, the villager pathing, I don't know, man. It's just kind of garbage. I'm not going to do any predictions. No MVPs either because we haven't seen the game end. So neither team, they both kind of get an admin win for game 1 and 2. Do you not see that massive empty wasteland in front of Get Some? What's up? Hey, what's going on here? Whoever hosted this did not do team positions. Cause it's flipped. Guess it is what it is. That should have been just a free admin re. Oh, you assumed it was random. Yeah. When that happens, it's just a free admin re. But it is what it is. You guys played the game. No one switched it. There's no penalty for getting the position wrong. It's just usually a free re. There's a penalty for picking the wrong civ. Then they get to pick your civ. Boar's coming in. I think this is a map people don't really know. I think the only map that has the random starts is Coastal. Maybe there's some other ones that do. That's the only one I know of. But less noobards, Dravidians, Japanese, Magyars, Berbers, Hindustanis, and Huns. That seems a bit more scary to me. But foot archers could be really strong here. You have to have at least one civ going foot archers if you're less noobards. And I assume the Dravidians will. We can speed it up a little bit. Man, this whole series was a mess, I will say. A lot of things went wrong. And the deer are always far to push here. So, Ben Pot going straight ahead to, I think, make a lumber camp. He's on his way up. So you know where the wood is. He's looking for it. He knows. We also see Rokafly going forward. What is Rokafly? Archers. Archers. And scouts for Helical. Other side. Probably similar. Although Kimbo's looking like scouts. HQ is looking like scouts. And what about the Get Some? Get Some is going... Scouts? This is triple scouts, I think. Triple scouts for... Well, is Kimbo going to put a... Oh, no. Kimbo is not up. Oh, Kimbo skipped Loom. And here comes the stable. Triple scouts for Stomp. And I think it's double archers for the other team. Scouts, scouts, scouts. Now, if they scout this out, they can note a small wall at home, get some spears and archers forward. But that's kind of like... Will they? They might scout this out. But then again, it's Hindustani scouts. They can still break in much easier than when it's not. They know that Kimbo's going scouts. They're going to see the stable. They know that the Get Some is. They know 2 out of 3 are scouts at this point. And, oh my goodness. I don't like these ranges. I guess this one's okay. They get out. This one could end up putting archers in this once it's walled in. These are much better. I like Ben Pot's ranges. I do not like Rokafly's ranges. Now, we've seen the scouts really punish the main area. Because these can be walled in quite well. There could be spears protecting the wood lines. But we'll see if Stomp actually punishes the main starting area. Or what they go for. A lot of scouts on the prowl, though. This is like a sudden death. Either team. Gotta win here. And this awkward range. Both of them really, because this can pop them in here. I do not like Roka's ranges. Oh, they don't? They fit right there, right? That has to be a gap. It's a lot of scouts. When a team makes a lot of scouts, you need spears, in my opinion. And they have 1 spear, 2 spear. But here comes trouble. Oh, this base is pretty defendable of Roka's. I still want some spears. And are the archers going to go forward? These need to be going forward. You have to. You have to. You're against scouts. You get a few spears. You just go forward. They don't need to butt sit. Spears for the scouts at home. Small walls. Archers got to go forward. There's probably wood lines. Yeah, there's wood lines that could be punished. I kind of like Les Newbert's position if they go forward. If they go forward. If they don't, this is really bad. Because this is good eco behind scout builds. Lots of farms. Please go forward. Please. I mean, come on. You don't have archers to worry about. You know they're triple scouts. Your wood line's safe. Nobody has Goths. Yeah, but I don't understand the archers hanging at home. They could go seize these wood lines. This team has to come forward. Obviously, they don't see what we see, but very unaggressive play from Les Newbirds. And maybe it's because he's worried about the scouts. Just get a few spears. 2 or 3 spears, this army is unkillable. Blue might be holding back because the awkward ranges. Normally it's like, I don't know. Okay, archers going forward now. I don't know if they know the wood camps. They don't know the lumber camps there either. But Getsum is up first. Bloodlines is now in for Kimbo. I think they want to like take this fight. Armor's coming in for HQ. They're gonna wait. There's no spears. That's what is like. I don't know. These archers are so annoying if you have some spears. And this is what we were talking about. They have to go to wood lines. Goths might have been banned, actually. Now that I think about it. Let's find out. Nope, they just weren't picked. I know they've been pretty good here. Now, still a chance for big damage. Oh, man. Is Stomp in big trouble here? Seals it up. They just have to keep this out. They have to keep it out. You can see Getsum wants to get right into Cav Archers. Range is going to be denied. Oh, man. But the scouts... That's a lot of scouts. There's no spears. Roka's not to them yet. They could possibly clear Roka if they don't link up correctly here. Here comes the jump. Bloodlines just came in. These scouts are so dangerous now. There's no spears. This could be a wipe for the scout side. They're going to kill all the archers, I think. Maybe not. Maybe not. It's a lot of archers. That's a lot of archers. Definitely not a wipe. Gosh, I don't know, man. I think Stomp's in big trouble. These Vills are scared. They're going to run to a new lumber camp. I like the play from HQ. He's not risking it. They might have not spotted it anyways, but you feel the pending danger. And the next wave of archers should be coming forward now, I think. You have map control. Stomp. Massively on the back foot. They do have Castle H first. Bin Pot will be the next up, followed by Roka. And now the Cav Archers are out, though. With Bodkin. And kind of pushed us back. And this is why HQ pulled this wood line. Because it would have died. So, good heads up play from him. Foreseeing that that could go bad quickly. When it comes to the mountain, it seems like Les Newbers have seized the mountain for the time being. They're safe on their wood lines. Close game, though. I thought Stomp was going to die. It's a 4 Vil difference, 5 Vil difference. They weathered the storm. They have the first Castle Age army, and these Cav Archers are going to mass up more and more as this goes on from the Huns. They really need TCs forward, though, once they get breathing room. I think HQ will go into an immediate TC the moment he can. I'm actually not a fan of completely pulling back when it's only Hun CA up. You're not worried about knights. Oh, and here's some damage on the wood line. These are bloodlines, fully upgraded scouts. So they don't go down easily. They're going to kill more vills, I think. Maybe not. They're barely even getting hurt. There's a ping on the right. Knowing Stomp, they're going to try to be the aggressors here, though. They have mobility. They weathered the storm. And the TCs are going up on the wood lines that they much needed. So pushing those feudal archers back was huge. I actually would have preferred less noobards to try to stay. It was only cav archers at the moment. If you hold these hills, maybe you take the game, but we'll see. They're still in a good spot. They're 3 vills ahead. Tons of military. HQ's probably going to get an immediate TC. He does. And this is so annoying. These bloodlines, fully upgraded scouts, are hard to deal with. Now there's some crossbows finally. Just delaying. HQ being annoying. Gonna kill another Vill. Delaying this much needed TC. And more scouts on the prowl from Kimbo. So Stomp has flipped it to where all the pressure's on this side, which is what they want. They are getting hit at home, it looks like, though. Bin pot. I don't know if there's a lot of damage to do there, though. There's 2 TCs kind of cutting this off. A gate coming up from the get some. And now the Vills are even. Everybody's up to castle age. Anybody's game. And this never got patched. Oh, gosh. That is huge. Kimbo slaughtering these Vills. Man. Well, we said the Vills were even. Stomp just took... Well, it's still close. Because we see more Vills dying of the get-somes at the same time. He's not reacting. He's getting hit at home and he's not noticing this at the moment. So under the TC Roka goes, I think Kimbo will ping this out right now. Yeah. 7 Vills down for the get some. Less noobards, man. They stalled out for a second, but the pressure is back on Stomp. Man, this is a close final game decider. The only real match of this set. But Les Newbert's in the lead. 300-point score lead. Here's the jump. Rokafly doing the right thing, focusing the CA. But it's going to be a clean. Stomp is going to win this fight, I think. Maybe not. That's a lot of knights still. It's close. Very close fight. Les Newbert's actually won that fight. Now, my question is, 2 of these players are doing cav. So, where's your spears? I mean, I guess you can't just go into pike right away. And there are cav archers to kill spears. Maybe they don't need them. Lots of pings going on. They are very aware of all these TCs. Is anyone prepping a castle from either team? The Get Some is prepping the first castle. No one else. Looks like Roka is taking stone at the moment. A castle, I feel like, is very important on this map. Because you can put it here or here. Or Stomp can even put one defensively. But this does not look good for Stomp. I don't know, every time I look at the military, the map position, I don't know, how are they going to recover from this? They need something. Some kind of big clean, some kind of big play. Get some... You know what? This could be it. This could be what they need. If they can wipe this crossbow mass right now. And here's the jump from all 3. The surround is in. That's a great fight. They reeled back some of the military difference. Stomp needed that. They needed one of these big archer masses to die, and now the second one is going to be in trouble because it's not that strong anymore. Together, I think, different story. Lots of TCs coming up. But if Les Noobards loses this archer mass, this is then Stomp in the driving seat. And there's a castle ready from Roka. Whatever happens with that castle could be huge. Could be game winning, game losing. I'd like to see where he's wanting to put it. It's just, they still have a lot of military if they can just link up together. You have that castle ready. I think you really want to put it like almost here if you can. If you get it between these two TCs on this hill, I think you win the game. I hope it's not a defensive castle. And that's one thing you can't do, is put a defensive castle. You need to be aggressive here. Stomp is pulling ahead on Vils too. Imp is in for Ben Pot. Gosh, this is close. Where is the castle gonna go? Is the Dravidian clicking? He bought a lot of sold stones. Wait, what? No, 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 no. I don't like that castle. And here comes the Stomp raids. HQ raiding on the left. I really don't like this castle. I think you have the military strength to put this forward. And now, Getsom's going to be a step ahead with a much-needed castle. This is kind of where I wanted their castle, the offensive one. But Getsom sealing the weak spot. I guess this also, it's not terrible. It also seals their vulnerable point. But not on the left from these raids. That TC is actually, no, it's not going to go down, but Ballistics coming in for the get some. Ben Pot is imp very soon. What's he gonna do with it? He's Japanese. Losing that mass was very big. That clean that Stomp got earlier, I still feel like if Stomp wins this game, that was the turning point. The three armies jumping the mass of Ben Pot, who now only has 38, soon to be Arb. No castle. The raids continue. Stomp now 50 mils up, 40 military down, and Imp is in. You have to do something now, I think, if you're Les Noobards, because it feels like Stomp will get more ahead as this goes on, especially with these constant raids on the left. This is why I said, like, when there's double cab, you kind of need help. Or pike. Yeah, Helical himself is raiding a lot. If you look at the equal KDs, 20 for HQ. Actually, Helical, Roka has more. The Arbs are in. I'm still just not that big of a fan of this castle. But that's a lot of Arbs, and they have nothing to fight this with at the moment. This Arb army can fight anything Stomp has. They can combine everything on the field right now, and this Arb army can kill it all. So this is the right play to not fight. Just keep hitting the eco. Keep poking away at them. You don't have Saracens. This TC's going to take a... Actually, it's dying pretty quick. Wow. Imp is also in for Roka, who could start trebing that castle. HQ, is he getting near Imp? He is not. He's just full aggression. Non-stop raids. Roka's down to 50 Vils. Is that an Imp TC? I don't know. Was he up to Imp? Nope. That would have been very bad if it was. But man, less Newbirds, score lead, big boss army. They just need pikes. Literally, stop making archers. If you're Roka, your Dravidians, you get the cheaper blacks or barracks techs. Just go pikes. Stop banging your head on the wall and fighting Cav. Yeah, 100 more vills for Stomp too. This is the kind of castle I wanted earlier. That's an amazing castle. Score flip though. HQ could carry this game regardless of what's happening here, the way he's playing right now. And no pikes is just insane against double cav. And he's really punishing it. But I don't know. I still think Stomp with this Vill lead could be tough. This army is going to keep pushing. It might even get into the heart of their economy soon. It's a great castle. The Trebs are coming out. This will go down. That will go down. It's like one side's base is dying and the other side's eco's dying. Roka now in 46 vills. Stomp is smart too. They know they can't actually fight this army. So they're using their armies everywhere they can do damage. Some teams would throw everything they have at an army they can't kill. Which is not the play here. I think they're playing it right. Very crazy game we have right now on Seize the Mountain. Oh man, to get some getting away with some sneaky gold. But there's so much pressure, you don't really scout that out unless you have like outposts or something. And these raids non-stop. I'm still like, where are the pike? Anyone that knows, if you face a team that does double cav, you do not do double archers, you do pike. The whole reason why pike don't work in team games is because archers. But when there's this much crap, like, I don't know. I think Stomp is going to raid these guys to death, regardless of this push here. And it doesn't mean you'll, like, win if you go pike, but you won't die. They're literally dying. They're just dying at home everywhere. This is, like, hell. Arbs have to come deal with it. Imp is now in for HQ. He can just pull the knights away, get his upgrades, and come back if he wants. What's his eco KD now? 97 eco KD. HQ carrying this game, in my opinion. Because this isn't quick enough of a kill. You have armies. You just don't have pike. I don't understand no pike. Or halb. The second pike / halb is in, the second the bleeding stops. And this army could even die now. He's got armor in, he's got hussars, he could bring his other soon-to-be cavaliers in. No halb. Oh yeah, and this is just castle age techs? Yeah. No bracer. These are actually super weak crossbows. We've seen other tournament games too where a team just would not get halb. Belay did it. And I think it's just Stomp's gonna win this game. They've caught up on military. They're over 100 vills ahead. I think this push is gonna get cleaned or stall out. It's kind of desperate at this point. They've done a great job moving to the left side of the mountain with their whole economy. And at this point, I just feel like halb are never gonna come in. We haven't seen them at this point. I don't understand double archer with no pikes. 117 eco, 120 eco KD for HQ. We have 45 for Roka, 55 for Ben Pot. He's got more than both of them combined. And this, I feel like this army is on a timer. Stomp doesn't care at the moment, but they're going to wipe it, I think. If this army dies, the game is over. Because this is your push power. It's just 2 trebs. I mean, they get Japanese Halb if they want. They get cheap tech Dravidian Halb. And here's the wipe. We knew this was coming. I think this is game. The military advantage is now massive. The bill advantage, the score lead. This has to hurt if you're less noobards, because I thought they had a decent shot, even in feudal. That army getting wiped, though, it all turned when Stomp jumped that big army of Ben Pot. They tripled it. And then they've done everything they need to do to get back in. These gates from the kits, trapping him. Oh, no one's in the TC, but it's almost a cool play. And Cav Archer's just feasting. 48, Eco KD. You know this is a frustrating game for less noobards when you're constantly losing bills. You just want to be going forward and killing. But, I mean, it's kind of their fault. Not a single pike upgrade this whole game. We now see infantry armor coming in. I think it's way too late. Stomp is going to make it to the top 8. In this game 3 of this kind of weird series. But it was a very close final game. They're now double the bills. More than double the military. We're going to see a GG. And Stomp's going to be moving on. And now DC. GG is called. Well played, Stomp. The thing I love is when that big threatening army pushed and was killing their eco and everything. So many times you see teams force that fight, that unwinnable fight, because they're losing their base. You have to give credit to Stomp, relocating the eco constantly, and just using their mobility to raid here, hit here, poke here, just doing everything they could to kind of get back into this game. This was a comeback win, because I think they were in a bad spot. Obviously, they should have made Pike and Hal, but Stomp can also like switch their tech and counter that. They just never had to, because they didn't make Halb. So I'm not saying that would have won for noobards. It would have gave them a better shot than losing 70, 120, and 90 bills constantly, really. But sick play, especially HQ. 178 Eco KD. That is insane. I think he, hands down, carried the game. He's got my vote for MVP. I'm going to do the poll. Is it Kimbo? Is it the Get Some? Or is it HQSU? And now DC. We all have access to Genitors against potential help. That's what I mean. You have access to it, but they need to force your hand to have to do that. You know how good it feels to just be able to make Cav and kill the rest of the game. Not worry about a tech switch. And even Genitors, they're good, but they don't like save your raiding units in the middle of the eco. When there's Halb here, those units get clean. Genitors don't just magically run in their TCs. They wouldn't have died like they did, is what I'm saying. I'm not saying they would have won, but I am shocked when a team goes double cav the entire game that you don't even get a pike upgrade. You're not going to win in that position. They had a decent push forward, though. I thought Ben Pot. Maybe if they had Saracens, it could have been different. They did not. And well played the Stomp, just knowing the win condition, what they had to do to win a game that they were kind of on the ropes. Yeah, I bet a part of you guys thought you might lose this game early on. And your guys' pressure made it so their armies weren't forward when they needed to be. Obviously, we saw the God vision, and I was like, these archers need to go forward. They don't see what we see in game, so it's easy for me to say that. And when you're getting pressured, it's distracting seeing scouts at home when you want your archers forward. But I still think I'm doing this more and more now because it's kind of cool that you can. I think this play was the turning point because I said Stomp is screwed. They need something, and then this happened. This mass, this jump, well played to Stomp, knowing they needed back in the game. The archers were split and they pounced when they had the opening. And even though they're still behind after this, I think it goes to like 50 to 70 or 40 to 70 military difference. It's so much closer than it was. That was literally the turning point. If that doesn't happen, I think Stomp actually loses this game. So sick play as a team to move in and swoop them up right there. Clean that army of Bin Pot, who had a massive game, honestly. And congrats to HQ for the only MVP of the series. The other two games were admin wins. Insane KD. Well-deserved MVP. Wow. I think that would have been insane all three games, honestly. It seemed like game 2 was pretty insane. Game 1, we didn't get to see. But I think this would have went. If those two games were played, it probably would have went to game 3 anyways. Just based on how these teams matched up. So, we got what we wanted at the end anyways. It decided on a final game. Kimbo played great, though, for a first game with us. Yeah, he did. We didn't see enough. I don't know who you're stronger with. I think Eisen's been playing really well. I'll say that. These last few weeks, he definitely stepped his game up. Kimbo, for stepping in out of nowhere, not knowing these maps, I think he did pretty good. Obviously, he'd be much better if he had been playing for 5 weeks with you guys. But it worked. You guys made the sub. I was worried about it. I didn't say it, but I was like, I don't know, man. Putting a player in that hasn't played these maps, he's going to instantly be lower elo than the other players that have been playing them. Fortunately, this is a map that hasn't really been played. Seize the Mountain. So there wasn't like a big upper hand. It seemed like there was an upper hand for less noobards on the previous map, Expanse, because they've all played it. But Kimbo was doing well on that. He was getting a lot of kills, so maybe it didn't matter. But either way, 2-1. Stomp, moving on to the top 8. Did I brush the stats? I did. I will update the brackets. Did not do any betting because the players were here. And I don't do bets because then the players will bet on themselves and it kind of spoils the game. If the players are here to bet because they know the outcome. So Seize the Mountain has been played 3 out of 4 sets now in these knockout rounds. Or is it even... Wait, there's been more than 4 sets? 6? I don't know how many times it's actually been played. It's been a lot. But Les Newbirds, they had a great run. I thought they got stronger as this went on too. And very close set. They had their chances to win that game. And it was scrappy. It was down to the end. You could just see Stomp pulling more and more ahead on the Vil lead though. So Les Newbirds, congrats on making the top 16. Their run is over. And Stomp into the top 8. I want to go to the brackets now. I want to see who is Stomp facing. Oh, okay. Well, we have... This is very interesting. Standby Archers regrouping eliminated Stomp from last tournament. In the quarterfinals. Here we are once again. Quarterfinals. Standby Archers regrouping against Stomp. And they said the one team that beat us last tournament. Is it the only team that beat you? No, you guys lost to in game round 5 of Swiss. I forget, it was Meisel's team. Oh, the only one knocking you out. Yes. Because actually, last term was interesting. Every single team lost a game in the Swiss stage. But yeah, we got the rematch. Standby and Stomp. That's going to be an insane set. Stomp obviously wanting their revenge. But both those teams are looking good. I cannot say which one I think will win. 3 boys, 1 trophy going up against Heffalumps on crack. That should be an insane series too. Big Bang and Rating Party. Obviously, Big Bang is favorites, but Rating Party is like the underdog story of this tournament. And they keep exceeding expectations and playing well. They won't get the revenge, says Rito, aka Inca's Man. And then we still have this weekend. Y'all get to watch TV. It's going to be Sato's team, the Boomers, playing the Old Refugees. I definitely favor Old Refugees there, but you can never count Sato out if he has some monster games. And Pink Potatoes against Blades Angels. I think that's going to be very close too. I think I predicted Blades Angels, but who knows. MTE can have good games and bad games. And of course, Illusionist is really good. I think Kloboska's the other guy on that team. We will see. But that is it for the games this week. It's been an insane tournament. Y'all have been so fun to watch. This is by far the best slapdown tournament yet. I thought last one was good and the one before was good. This one has been by far the best. Some of the strongest players. I've been loving it. Prize pool's at $435. Still going up. Kimbo, thank you for the sub. You played super well today for stepping in. I didn't know if it was the right play or not, but here you guys are going to the top 8, so clearly it worked out. And now Stomp has 2 players up their sleeve. They have Eisen and they have Kimbo. Who knows who they'll use. The last one had Valley Fort, hence it was the best one. Valley Fort is by far one of my favorite maps. I'm not going to lie. I may even... No, I don't really want to spoil ideas for next tournament, actually. We'll let you guys know when that gets here. But I am Spencer. This is the AoE 2 Underground Winter Crown Slapdown. It has been amazing, and let me see who is on Twitch at the moment. Tournament is winding down. We have next week. Well, next week we finish this round. And then we have the quarters, and then the semis and the finals are all on the same weekend, hopefully, if that works out. We are definitely not raiding Hera. Who else is on? I never raid big streamers. I want to get someone that speaks English. I keep rating these ones that we don't understand. The Savvy Empire speak English? I think so. It's all typed in English. Alright, guys. I'll see y'all later. Great day of games.